Thank you all for being here tonight for our agenda work session, May 14th, 2015. We are attempting to set the agenda for the May 28th, 2015 regular council. We could have the roll call, please, Jen.
Mayor Lambert,
Here.
Vice Mayor Griffin,
Here.
Councilmember Cagle,
Here.
Councilmember Manning,
Here.
Councilmember Sewell,
Here.
City Manager Hyatt,
Here.
City Attorney Moore.
Right, looks like first thing we probably need to talk about is under communication from city manager, a letter from the director of state local finance.
That, ask that.
Members of the council, the city is obligated when this relates to, we received a letter from state and local finance in regard to the ban refunding bond, and that was the $1.7 million ban money that we refinanced. We received $1.6 million refinanced that had $100,000 budget. And they sent a letter addressed to the city council on your packet. It simply states that balloon indebtedness is not something that the comptroller encourages. At the same time, it's not something that the comptroller says that cities cannot do, like many practices that the comptroller finds unacceptable. So when I spoke to PFM, who has been working with the city on another financial matter, they seemed unconcerned, and again, looking at how the interest and principal are paired over the next 30 years, it's manageable, and there's no reason to be concerned. It's just a letter that's sent out as a standard operating procedure. Wow.
Was this simply for informational purposes?
Informational, if you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer those.
If there are no questions, we'll move on to what will be old business. Item A, ordinance number 988, should be before us for second and final reading next time.
Thank you, Mayor. Members of the council, the city is proposing a budget amendment for the end of the year, first reading, the upcoming meeting, second meeting in May. In the second reading, probably towards the end of June, as opposed to the beginning of June, it's just an end of year ordinance to amend revenues and expenditures. You think that revenues are going to come in at some revenues are going to come in above what we had forecasted. Others are going to come in a bit lower. And as you know, we want to make sure that we do our best closing out the fiscal year. At the same time, we have another issue we're going to discuss later in the evening related to the last $1 million for the Bass Pro Shop, and we want to make sure that we handle that. We also want to make sure that we budget the $1.5 million in bond proceeds to reimburse the capital improvement fund. Those funds are capital improvement funds in healthy condition, but we do need to. We will receive those funds no later by mid-June, and we do want to have that ready to go so that we can go ahead and move them into the capital projects.
I notice here minus $200,000 taken off the fire relocation fire hall. Where is that going? Back in the fund?
A minus $200,000.
Yes. Expenditures, fire relocation, fire hall.
It's almost $200,000 that had been spent.
No, it's on your amendment, 988. It says $1.2 million is the fire relocation fire.
Oh,
hall.
yeah,
It's negative 200,000.
Bringing that down to $200,000, excuse me. The $200,000, it was originally budgeted at $1.2 million, just to ensure that the city would be able to have sufficient funds for the Fire Hall project. As we've got further down the road with acquiring land, we were concerned that the land might cost a lot more than it did, less than $150,000. So at this point in time, we want to propose rebudgeting that.
So where you put the 200 back in the general fund or just out here? Where was
The
it?
capital improvement funds.
Okay.
It would be paired with $1.3 million from that same bond issue. That way, we have the amounts we need, $1 million for the fire project, $1.5 million to reimburse the capital improvement fund for the Bass Pro incentives and bonuses.
Do we have any other questions? Question? Okay, we will move to new business, and unnumbered ordinance will be before us for first reading.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council, this will be an ordinance that we'll have for our first reading of our budget for the fiscal year 2016, which we go over at 6:30.
I'm sure there will be plenty of discussion at that time during the 6:30 meeting. I think. So let's move on to item B, a numbered resolution in regard to the library.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council, we had an employee who on May 2nd passed away from complications from cancer she'd had for several years. And I felt like, I talked to some of you, felt like there would be a fitting thing to name our library the Susan Millsaps McCrell's Memorial Library in honor of the service and the dedication that she had for the city and for the library and all the things she did there. Her life was that library, so I felt like this was fitting, and I'd like to propose that.
All right. Any comments or questions? Okay, item C, approval of the contract with Henderson Cullen.
It's the same group that we've used, I think, the last 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. Jason Martin and that crew's done an excellent job for us, and it's just to continue to do business.
Okay, item D, approval of a proposal for time clockers.
We placed this in the budget this past year, and we feel like this is a time to revisit this to see what the cost would be as part of the new healthcare laws and Affordable Care Act that is in place. Accounting of time, employees' time, needs to be 100% accurate, or there could be some fines levied against cities for not having accurate time. And we felt like this is a good time to bring that forward and let's present that to the council for consideration.
Okay. And item E, approval of bid for paving costs.
And we should have that back. We decided to put this out for a price per square yard on milling, paving, striping, have those individuals so we know what we're going to pay, how many feet or square yards we'll pay, what our cost is going forward, and it just makes it a little easier to be able to figure on what cost and budgets we're looking at.
All right. Item F, reporting on Form CT 0253 regarding the band refinancing.
Mayor, Form CT 253, in fact, is a form confirming the indebtedness, the bond refinancing. And the gist of the letter from State Level probably would be better just to revert to that letter now. But the purpose of that letter is to inform that that form must be provided to city council.
Okay. Item G will be a variance for a beer permit. Jose Melendez is the applicant, 5326 Ringgold Road.
That is the old Ryan's Steakhouse, and I believe that's gone before the beer board already this past Wednesday night. Oh, a couple weeks ago, yes, it's already gone before, and it's, looking for a variance, right, so that's right.
Yes.
Yes, that's what it says, right? That's what it is, too close to the church.
How close is too close?
Not this. It's within that, it's within the 250 feet.
It's within
14 feet.
It's right next to
The front door, on the back, far side, and what is the
Yes.
the restaurant?
So that's my understanding, it's from the front door of the business, which would be the front door of the restaurant, to the property line of the church, I believe. No?
property line of the church to the next door.
Other way around.
So it's 14 feet from it, or there's 14 feet too close?
There's 14 feet between the property line of the church and the building.
So they're asking for a variance of, how far does it have to be? So it's got, they're asking for a variance of 230.
What building up, the front door out in the front door of the church, back building. What it is, it's not. Church door, facing one road. So I mean, it's width, but you gotta know what it is, toward gold, you know.
Those properties are kind of interesting, how they're laid out in that area. The Ryan's and the church and the old Kentucky Fried Chicken building, like you, I think it is now. What's that?
I said, the property's twisted.
They are, yeah. All right. Any other questions on that? Yeah, I'm sure we will hear more about each of these things next time. All right, item H, Board of Region District Amendment of Boundaries.
Recently, the state legislature passed an amendment to Board of Region legislation to be, we have a one-time exemption to our map. The City of Bristol and the City of Kingsport have, their land was undeveloped land. Ours is our current business district that we all know stretches from sea to shining sea. But what we've got an opportunity to do is to take out some of the businesses that, if they were to be replaced, we probably would never make up the revenue. So we've got an opportunity, and this council is the only one who can do that. We can make suggestions, and we will make some suggestions based off of information we gather off of current sales tax revenue, and that sort of thing, locations, depending, a couple of locations that came up, and I think one of them is the Camping World Maintenance Repair Shop. It is in the city of East Ridge. If that was to leave the city, we would probably never recover, because anything that might go in that might possibly never reach their level of sales. And so we've got an opportunity to look at several other that would be fit that same mold. And we're in the process now of putting that offer.
Yeah, we're having completed the initial budget. We're gonna study this, and we've already analyzed the data to submit the figures for the first year. So we did arrive at a number with the state there, so we do have the data tabulated. We're gonna take I think there's a target on, 10 or so businesses that we just want to look more closely at to make sure that they don't have redevelopment potential, which may be on the one hand, or on the other hand, that we want to make sure if they do, that if the business closed, that it would be able to bring in as much or ideally more state sales tax revenue, otherwise it could be detrimental to the program. You know, if we lost Camping World today, it would take 3 Bass Pro Shops. And I'm not saying, I would suggest that Camping World's gonna close. I don't have any knowledge of that fact, just to qualify what you said, but, you know, there's a risk, that, you know, financial risk to, the city, financial risk is one of those things that we do, so.
The question is, if one of these really huge drivers of retail closes, would you be able to replace it at anything close to the level that it is today? And if you could, how long would it take?
We're not starting, like the city manager pointed out, Bristol and Kingsport are starting from zero. Everything is flush, you know, everything is zero. Yeah, we're starting from zero. Our base fluctuates year to year. The businesses that got in on that base year, and I'll point out, this amendment, when we went to Nashville to get this amendment, it was from the beginning an uphill battle at best. I think that, you know, the city manager and I traveled it, Vice Mayor Brandon sponsored the legislation, and I just want to thank him for his support. Gerald McCormick helped him sponsor it. He's a neighboring legislator and leader there in the House, but working with Representative Bradley on the project, that I can say that I don't think you know how hard a legislator works until you work with them on this type of project. And I think it's safe to say that without his help, we would not be here today with the opportunity to amend it. So I just want to say thanks.
Absolutely. There's a deadline of June 30th. This amendment was just signed last week, I believe, so that's why we're at this point. It's a moving target, so we've got to.
It's a one-time shot.
Yes, sir. And it's been recommended by Mark Hall. We had a lengthy discussion with him, and he assisted us with this as well. So it's something that he encourages us to do to help with that base year number.
We've got a working group that will be working on this over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. Sounds good. All right, and item I, discussion of the Ridgeside contract.
Mayor, this is, Mayor Jones in the audit. This came up very recently when they asked if we could offer code services and other related services other than police and fire. And so we bring this back because this is an automatic renewal on July 1st, and wanted to put this before the council and see if there's any questions that you had or anything that Mayor Jones might be able to share with this council before we consider the next meeting, which will be the 28th.
I got a copy of the contract. I haven't seen it.
Let me ask you, is it, say, automatic renewal? Is there a point at which we declare or they can declare that we're not going to
I do not see anything in here that discusses that particular thing. Terminate either, well,
I'll tell you,
yeah,
looks like
Council, anyone have questions, comments? Okay. Hey, we appreciate you being here. All right. If we have no further comment on that, then I'll run around the dais here and see if anyone has anything else. Go ahead.
Notice that Mayor Schaefer passed away, and his date was tomorrow.
Shaver passed away yesterday. And his visitation will be tomorrow, funeral service on Saturday.
Be in the chapel.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Silver.
Only thing, excuse me, I've got all kind of stuff going on lately. I wanted to thank Mr. Siegel for checking over the business that had a complaint with WTA, and I think went forward, and I don't think it's probably, that he went out and did a lot of research, and I just want to thank you for going out and doing that, and I think that's probably the right decision for you. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, sir. Mr. Cake.
No, sir, I'd just like to thank the Shaver family for asking us to be honorary pallbearers and
Mr. Gray.
Yeah, I appreciate Mr. Jablonski's kind words there on sponsoring that legislation on first reading, but I also need to give kudos to Senator Todd Gardenhire for carrying it in Senate too. So, that's it.
All right. The only thing I have is, I think I will be able to make it through our regular meeting. I haven't felt well this week, and actually, we've had lots of weekend activities over at the Railroad Museum. I think I got a little overheated this past Saturday, and I have not quite recovered. But I will do my very best to get through the regular meeting tonight. So just drinking lots of water and trying to feel better. But otherwise, that's all I have. Thank you all for being here for the agenda session. We will start our regular council meeting in about 3 or 4 minutes.